Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss second chromatography is partition chromatography. And in previous lecture we discussed about the adsorption chromatography. And adsorption chromatography, it is a base of all chromatography. And the chromatographic classification is depend on the three important factor. Factor first is it is a depend on the basic interaction of solutes to the stationary phase. Second is on the basis of chromatographic bead shape, and third one is on the basis of physical state of mobile phase. So chromatographic classification is depend on these three important factors. So in today's lecture we are going to discuss principal working and application of partition chromatography. So partition chromatography is divided into three important chromatography. First one is a liquid-liquid chromatography, and liquid-liquid chromatography, it is a chromatography technique where a sheet of blotting paper is used instead of the adsorption column. So second one is a paper chromatography. So in paper chromatography, paper sheet is used for the separation technique. Then another one is a gas liquid chromatography. A gas liquid chromatography is technique in which separation of the mixture is done by the inert gas along the tube. So it is a type, there is a three types of partition chromatography. What is a chromatography? Here is a one overview of the chromatography. Chroma means color and graphene means to write. So say the International Union of Pure Applied Chemistry defined the chromatography is a physical method of separation in which the components to be separated are distributed between two distinct phases, and these two distinct phases are the mobile stationary phase and second one is a mobile phase. What is a stationary phase? The stationary phase is a chromatography is the phase that is the either a solid or liquid. The term stationary refers to fact that this phase remains stationary and while other is move. So most substances used as a stationary phases are porous. And why it is using porous? Because this allowing the attachment of components during chromatography. So the stationary phase to be selected for a chromatographic process depend on the nature of components to be separated and the type of chromatography. So depending on the type of chromatography, gel beads, thin uniform paper, silica, then glass, some gases or even liquid components are used as a stationary phase. These are the important thing which chemicals are used for the stationary phase. These are the paper, silica, glass, some gases. Then the other liquid components are also used for the stationary phase. Stationary phase means it is a stationary and other phase is move. So the term stationary refers to that phase is remain stationary and while other is moves. These are the stationary phase. Then here another phase is a mobile phase. What is a mobile phase? The mobile phase is a chromatography phase that either the liquid or gas. Here is the basic difference between the stationary phase and mobile phase. In stationary phase, solid or liquid are uses, and in mobile phase liquid or gas is used. So the chromatographic system where the components of the mixture are separated at different rate raters by adsorbing the stationary phase. The mobile phase is the solvent that carries the mixture as the move down to the stationary phase, and the term mobile indicate that the phase is moving down the chromatographic system where the other phase remains stationary. So substance used as a mobile phases are selected for a chromatographic process depend on the nature of components to be separated and the type of chromatography. So general components are used for the mobile phase. These are the alcohol, water, acetic acid, acetone or some gases are the commonly used as a mobile phase in different chromatographic technique. So in today's lecture we are going to discuss only one chromatography is a partition chromatography. Partition chromatography. Partition chromatography is one of the type of various chromatographic techniques, and it was discovered through the work of Archer Martin and Richard Lawrence in 1940. So the chromatography technique, which is based on the partitioning of the components of a mixture between stationary and mobile phase, is known as a partition chromatography. And it has a various types such as a paper chromatography, gas liquid chromatography, liquid liquid chromatography. So partition chromatography is based on the differential partitioning of component of a sample mixture between two phases, the stationary phase and mobile phase, and most commonly it is used in a paper chromatography. So liquid liquid phases are used, and for the practical purpose we use the paper chromatography. In paper chromatography, a paper is used is known as a paper chromatography, and the paper works as a stationary phase, and this paper made up of cellulose, and cellulose which is a polar substance, and mobile phase is a liquid which runs on chromatography paper. Here is a in partition chromatography, the stationary phase is a paper and the silica paper, and because the silica is a porous in nature, and because of that the polar substances, cellular is a polar substance and used as a stationary phase, and the mobile phase is a liquid phase, and that's run on the chromatographic paper. So here is the some points of the principles of the another principle of the chromatography. The separation of components from the sample of mixture is carried out by the process of partition of the components between two phases. Both phases are in liquid form, so because of that the paper chromatography is used, and in this process this immiscible solid surface coated with the liquid surface on the stationary phase in the mobile phase, and the liquid surface is immobilized by a stationary phase, which result in making its stationary phase. Means here is a liquid surface immobilized, means the stationary phase is immobilized, only on the mobile phase is mobilized, and the mobile phase move from the stationary phase and components get separated, and this is our result of the chromatography. The components get separated, and the separation are depend on the partition coefficient. Partition coefficient means the separation of mixture is depend on the partition coefficient, and the ratio of the concentration of solute the into one immiscible or slightly miscible liquids or into solids when it is the equilibrium across the its interference between them. These are the partition coefficients. So the separation of the component and the separation of mixture is depend on the partition coefficient. Is a procedure and working of partition chromatography. So here two phases are liquid, so we will use the paper chromatography. So first one is a take a clean chromatographic jar, and to make sure that the environment of the jar is saturated with solvent vapor, a paper impregnated in mobile phase is set to the walls. Then third step is add a mobile phase to the jar around the 0. centimeter to 1 centimeter from the bottom of the jar, and close the jar and allow attaining the equilibrium. Then mark the baseline of the adsorbent and apply sample on the paper with the help of capillary tube, and after the applying the sample, keep it up for the air dry the sample spot. Place the paper in the jar and close it, and allow the system to stand till the solvent moves to the some distance from the baseline, and take out the paper and dry it. And if the sample components are separated showing colors, then the dry it in ordinary light, and if the colorless component, then dry it on the UV lamp. The UV chamber is there, and if the colorless components are there, so keep it in the UV light. So different wavelength, color wavelength we can see under the UV lamp chamber. Then store the chromatogram and calculate the RF value. Example of the paper chromatography, and here is the separation of the sample with the help of mobile phase and with the help of stationary phase. Here is the red color is separated, purple and blue color separated, and these solutes are separated the different is the RF value. RF value I also told in the adsorption chromatography how you calculate the RF value. RF value is equal to distance moved by sample and divided by distance moved by solvent. So here is a X is distance moved by solute and Y means the distance moved by solvent. So with the help of that the RF value is calculated. Then the many applications of the partition chromatography. So the partition chromatography is used as a qualitative method for identifying the components in the mixture. So separation of the components of mixture use the partition chromatography. So it is also used in forensic study, and paper chromatography is used in the crime scene investigation and DNA RNA sequencing along with the other studies. So it is used in a analytical chemistry technique for identifying and separating the color mixture and liked pigment. So method can be reproduced and easily as long as the conditions and control and maintained. So these paper chromatography, then the partition chromatography is well maintained. So these are widely used, and the separation spot of the finished and dried chromatography can cut out the, and it is also redissolved to obtain a pure sample of component of the sample mixture. It is one of the best application of the partition chromatography. We can separate the all mixtures and cut the paper, and it also redistributed. So these are the one important application of partition chromatography. Then another one is a chromatography is also used in the industrial processes to purify chemicals, and then the test trace quantities of substance, separate the chiral compounds and quality control test products. And this chromatography is the physical process of separating or analyzing the complex mixture. So it is one of the best application of partition chromatography. Then it is a qualitative method to identifying the components of a sample mixture. It is also used in the identification of drugs and all impurities. It is also used in the analytical chemistry to introduce the chromatography to students. It is also one basic application. Then it is also used in the identification of biomolecules, organic and inorganic components. So it is a low cost and rapid method of separation. It is a best cheap application of partition chromatography. Then here is some points of the application chromatography: to separate and identify the amino acids, to separate and identify the tannins. So tannins are the water soluble phenols derivatives, and it is a naturally synthesized and accumulated by higher plants and secondary metabolic products from the chemicals. And the tannins are the polyphenol which have a great molecular weight, and the chemical structure of tannins determines its biological activity, and because of that the separation and identify of tannins is most important, because in addition to the tanning leather, tannins are used in the photography as a moderant in dyeing. The tannins have a great uses. So the to separation and identify the tannins is most important, and with the help of partition chromatography there is a easy. So another application is to separate and identify the alkaloids. So alkaloids are any of a class nitrogenous organic compounds of plant origin which have a pronounced physiological actions of human. They include many drugs like morphine, quinine and poison. So separation and identification of the alkaloids is also important, and with the help of partition chromatography they are possible. So to separate and identify carbohydrates, to separate and identify glycosides, these all are the application of partition chromatography. So in today's lecture, we finished the principle, working and application of partition chromatography. So I stop here. Thank you. If you have any problem, then contact me.